We're at go2math.com and we're working some calculus. This is the shout out box. You can click on that and talk to me live or just leave a shout out, whatever you want to do. We're looking at limits. We're doing infinite limits. We want to evaluate this limit as x approaches 0 from the right hand side of 2 over x. And by the way, this is the section that we're in. So let's move on over and write all that down. What was that again? Limit as x approaches 2 over x. Okay, got it. I got it. We got the limit x approaches 0 of 2 over x. Now, you might have seen these same functions that we're taking the limits of in the previous section. So some of the stuff I may be repeating, but you should get it down then, right? Well, if we're coming in, if we want to look at this numerically and we're coming in from the positive side, then we're going to plug in a number like 0.1 and then 0.01 and 0.001, right? To see what this thing, doing it numerically, to see what this thing is actually, what this limit is actually approaching. So that's kind of one way you could do this. We could say, okay, f of x is equal to 2 to the x, and then we could say, well, since we're coming in from the right at 0, let's just plug in 0.1 and get that number, right? Well, let's see, that's 1 over 10. 10 times 2 is, 10 times 2 is 20. And then what we could do is plug in 0.01. This is kind of the numerical approach. Of course, on these right and left-handed limits, sometimes this is how you have to do it. All right, and then plug that in, see what you get, and you can get an idea of what's going on here as you get closer and closer to 1. Okay, but what I'm going to do here is we'll just draw a picture. Alright, we're going to draw a picture, and of course the graph looks something like this. So it really helps to know what these graphs look like. Alright, in this particular one here, as you can see, we are approaching, that was the last problem. We're approaching 0 from this side. So as you take your x value and plug it in, right, what's happening to the y value as you get closer and closer to 0 from the right hand side? Okay, this thing is going off to, and this tells us right here the behavior of the graph. All right, our limits are always equal to real numbers, but we can say this because we're just describing the behavior of the graph. Okay, so there you go. This is going off to positive infinity as you approach, as x approaches. Now I said approaches 0. I didn't say equals 0. It's undefined. Right at 0. That's what this limit's all about. The approach word. Use the approach. As it's approaching, what's happening to the y value. Okay. What does that say? Make sure that's correct. Really, there's no need to put a plus sign here, but yeah, I need to do something with that. But I mean, that's still correct. But anyway. Okay. So it's going to positive infinity. There you go.